Hey, Claire.
Hey, I'm here.
You don't have
Barely.
to be. I'm not sure how many
No,
are.
it's not that. It's just, oh, it's just when I have worked this entire day on a report that I did yesterday for someone who told me exactly what to do. And then I sent the report yesterday, and apparently it's nothing that she wants. But she's known for this. So no matter what I do, she gives no direction whatsoever.
Who is
Just
it?
tells you to do something. And then you send it to her, and then she's like, this is not what I wanted.
Is it Judy?
No, it's not anyone you know.
Oh,
And she is very passive aggressive to me specifically.
because you
Um,
know a lot. That's why.
I think it's because, well, she's only a year older than I am. And she was you might actually know her. She was in the PhD higher ed program, but dropped out because, in my opinion, she just can't handle it.
Who is it?
Shannon Newman.
I don't think I know her.
Um, she didn't go through the master's program, so you might not know her, but I'm also tired of everyone telling me, because she makes a whole lot more money than I do as a
That's
director, which is fine, but then she doesn't do stuff and she doesn't respond. But she's a single mom with 3 kids. She adopted 3 kids by herself.
oh my.
And everyone keeps telling me, oh, well, it's because she has kids, or oh, she has that. And yesterday I said something about, all I said was the email was kind of passive aggressive. And then it was, well, she's really scatterbrained because she's dealing with 3 kids, but her mom moved here and moved in with her to take care of the kids. And I don't have other stuff.
Yeah,
Like, you can just say, oh, I have 3 kids, so I'm allowed to be a bitch.
yeah. That's weird.
So that's why I'm like, I'm here because I'm crabby.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just trying to. I got 8 million other things interrupting what I really want to work on. So,
Well, I've had that day too, which I saw your module. I am going to go through it. I'm excited
oh,
to see it.
again, it's just for
I
it
will
is
go
what it
through it
is.
today, but I also was kind of thinking, I wonder if Amber, we're just kind of throwing her in the deep end, if we should be working more with her, or maybe she would rather just work by herself.
Well, so apparently they being the instructional design group went to articulate training. Oh,
Oh,
considering I paid for a whole year's worth of their license, maybe they could have thrown me in.
have you? Yeah, no kidding.
Um, but apparently by next week we're going to have licenses here in the school to
Oh,
share.
so you think Amber doesn't feel like we're being mean?
No, I talked to her
Okay. Okay.
for something else and we were chatting about it. I said, you know, go ahead and start sketching it out and then we'll meet. I figured we'll wait till after the semester. We'll meet and then we'll kind of talk about making sure that they sync together. So I'm not too worried about it.
I just didn't want her to feel isolated and like you and I are working on courses and then she's just by herself.
Well, you're dragging me along. So, I mean,
Well,
it's
we
you and
haven't started,
I'm
so.
helping at this point. But I just want to get, like I keep saying, I want to get the module done, but I'm trying to do all the other things at the same time that need to be done, which is, setting up the various videos and all the stuff on my Blackboard site. So that's a lot of stuff I won't have to do for the other modules. So once I get the first one the way I actually want it, there's some stuff that needs to be moved around, but for the most part, I'm okay. I'm pretty good with it. But now I keep, as I'm having my students look at technology, now I'm finding new stuff and I keep getting distracted. So
Yeah.
that part's been slow because, man, I was out on the Ohio Department of Education technology website and they have a whole Pinterest, or not Pinterest, Pearl Trees sections of technology. I was just salivating. So I was playing on that when I should have been working.
Well, I think in the long run still contributes to it.
It really does. Well, and I want to know what my students are going to see. So, and then we've been trying to get the light board stuff set up. Oh my God, it's gonna be so cool. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
Cannot
that will
wait.
make cool videos.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Hi, Chris. Hi, Pam. Hi, Carol. Chris, you look like a guy at the end of a semester.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Between this and I've been working on the interpreter program. And
Yeah, we'll have to
Another-
get back together here. I think we have a meeting coming up, don't we? on that?
Another hurdle I'm jumping over now. They want us to do an institutional review board on the student portion of it because we're using former students as people that are sending the survey. So now I have to
Oh,
fill out all these applications. I have to do an abstract about it. I have to do this form and Ann's work with it. It's taken forever.
blah.
So, it's just not what I thought it was gonna be, but it's getting there. So,
Sounds like it. Good.
we call it, Anita Coleman and I are working on descriptions for all the new classes, so
Oh,
that's coming
good.
along.
How exciting.
It's fun.
It's coming together, Chris.
It is. It is.
Chris,
Pretty
isn't-
soon we'll be designing marketing for it.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the fun stuff.
Isn't it nice that Owens makes it easy for you to make a difference?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, marketing department, we need this. We need some marketing for this plan. Well, tell me everything that you want. Well, isn't that kind of what you do?
Right.
Yeah, exactly, Michelle, exactly.
I'm used to it. That's the way UT was too.
Ugh.
Like
Bureaucracy.
by the time I tell you everything, I could just create it myself.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yes. I remember one time I just recorded myself telling them what I needed, and that helped me write it later.
Oh my goodness. Well, between that and the catalog being so screwed up this semester, it's just throwing one thing after another after you. First it's in the catalog, then no, it's not in the catalog, then nobody knows where it is. It's like, oh, somebody help me.
Yeah.
I believe there's a few more coming on. I'm gonna wait just a minute or two longer. If not, it might just be a cozy little few. It's been a long day. I don't know why it seems so long, feels so long. But hey, maybe some of us will win $1 million with the vaccine lottery.
Oh, boy.
And I see what the CDC just recommended or said no masks for fully vaccinated people.
Coming up on June 2nd, I think they said.
The one I read just a little bit ago said immediate.
Really?
I
Yeah,
don't think I'm
June
ready for
1st.
that.
No, I know.
From the governor. Ohio doesn't need masks anywhere as of June 1st.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not.
that freaks me out.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. It's for everybody, not just vaccinated. So freaky. I don't know. It's so weird. It feels weird to not have one on now. So, well, you know what? I'm going to. I thought Mindy was definitely going to be here, but maybe they'll pop in as we go. I know one person who's here, Carol. Yay! Carol's back. First day back in quite a while. So I'm trying to
Hi,
stay away from
Carol.
her so I don't overwhelm her with,
Hi.
oh my God,
Carol.
everything happened while you were gone. So it's good to see Carol back. It's just going to be me and her tomorrow because graduation's tomorrow. So we're going to hold down the fort tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it up here. All I have to do is find my, what I want to do here. Sorry about that. Hang on. Let me stop for a second. Dean Sanders is calling me. So hold on one second. And I missed him. All right, he'll call back. Okay, so we'll just jump in it again. There's only a few of us. I'll try to get through this pretty quickly so we can get on with our lives. But some neat stuff happening. Again, welcome back, Carol. So glad that she's here and can help us get through or reconstruct what I missed the last semester. So I also wanted to just make sure everybody remembered or saw the emergency broadband benefit program. I posted it. It was in the O News, and I also posted it out for students, but it basically offers a subsidy for students who meet this particular income requirements to get subsidized broadband service. So registration began May 12th, but I just wanted to throw it out there in case you know of anyone or any of your students might fit the bill or have had broadband issues. Can let them know that that's out there. Also, tomorrow is commencement. One of these days I'll get to go to one. So right now I haven't been to any. So Dean Sander will be there tomorrow, and it's just the deans and Provost Smith and the interim president. So students can bring, I think, 2 people to commencement. So at least it's in person and we get to have one. So that'll be a nice day tomorrow, hopefully. All grades are due by 1 p.m. on the 18th. So if you're not familiar on how to enter those grades, please be sure that you contact me. I think all you guys know how to do that. Chris, are you okay with entering grades? Good.
I'm trying to unmute myself. Yeah, I talked to Amber yesterday about it. She showed me.
Good, okay. Yeah, I've got a little training thing that I can send if anybody needs it. And then we also keep a copy of the grade books, and general attendance type, if there was any attendance issues, just basically Carol, explain how they send the grades to you, if you wouldn't mind. They just send it in an Excel sheet, correct? You're muted. There you go.
Yes, in an Excel spreadsheet.
An Excel spreadsheet. So we just keep them in the department, so we have a copy of the grades.
Yeah.
So
The grade
when you get
books,
them done, just make sure you forward them to Carol.
Yeah, the grade books.
The grade books.
Mhm.
Classes technically start May 24th for summer, but they vary depending on when your classes, either the part of term that the class is for summer. So make sure if you're teaching in the summer that you double check those grades. I don't think anyone here is teaching in the summer. So we'll skip by that. Fall classes begin, I didn't even put it there, in August. I believe it's August 30th. I don't know why, I must have deleted that. So they begin in August. Another important date that we have is our annual EC3 Education Forum. We did it for the first time virtually last year. It was a big success. So we're doing it virtually again this year, to be held October 1st. So the new this year is that students will be able to do posters. So we're gonna have our students submit posters, and there'll be a way for them to do peer review and things like that. So should be really good. I'm excited, first time doing that. And our colleague, Elisa Hashage, who obviously just retired from here, is going to be a speaker for one of the sessions. And also her husband is going to be singing. So it'll be good to have Elisa back to do some of that work with us. Very excited about that. I had a lot of people ask me about course evaluations, and they were tinkering with it as they were doing the course evaluation rollout. So Dean Sanders sent me some information that he received, which was they were doing push notices out through the announcement section in the Ozone. And also they put quick links, as you can see over here. I don't know if that's a a frowny face. I don't know what that is. Maybe I can. Too far, too far. So this is what students saw on their quick links to do the course evaluations. So I'm not sure why they used that particular emoji. I thought it was actually kind of funny. And that's the quick link that they added to the portal for the students. So that's what they saw. I thought that was just so odd. And then one project that we're working on right now, the chairs are asked to go over all the lab and course fees for review, and finding that they're very odd. I'm not sure exactly what they cover, so that's kind of my task right now. So I may tap you, Pam, or some of the folks that were here to find out what the fees originally were meant to cover. Especially now what we have is when we did web courses, we just kept the same fee. And I'm not quite sure why we charge $25 for a person online for course fees if there's really nothing for it. So I might be asking for some help with some of that, some historical perspective on why we charge certain things. Other ones we charge no fees at all, and some we charge odd numbers like $6 or something. So right now we're just working on the online courses, and then we'll be going through the I'm getting some notices of people who aren't able to attend, but once we get through the online courses, then we'll go through the land-based courses and see if we still need to charge what we do or if we need to charge more. So that's in process. Very excited about some of the latest technology that was approved that I was actually shocked about. So I put in for the COVID relief plan, we had a certain amount that we could ask for. And so I kind of shot for the moon and they gave it to me. So a couple things that were approved that are actually in process of being ordered is a light board. So a light board, I've got a picture of it over here. It is so cool. Thank you, Claire, for the idea. A light board is basically a piece of glass that you write on, but it has some other features in it. You write on it as if you are facing a chalkboard, for example. So it's front facing. And then the features mirror the image so it looks front facing to the students. So you don't have to write backwards or anything like that. So it does that for you. It also has the lighting necessary to make videos, whether with a dark background or a light background. The one we're getting, actually, you can do Zoom right through the light board if you want to do Zoom, and there's a bunch of other features. So I did put a little link in the agenda if you want to go check out what light boards are all about. And also we're getting a couple different versions of a green screen setup. The green screen, again, where you can superimpose backgrounds, but we're getting one that you can use on your chair if you want to do videos like that. We also are getting a portable one with all the different lighting that we can set up to make it a really good video. And the reason that I wanted to do these things is, you know, the more that we do these online courses and maybe even synchronous courses and these high flex courses, the more we really need to have something other than just us looking into our screen. And these are a way for us to do videos that are professional looking, that are not all exactly the same, and that include us in the video. So I know you can bring in videos, and a lot of instructors do that, but some of the experiences I have had is it's all videos from other instructors. So what is my instructor doing? How can I make it more personal to my class? And using some of these techniques, again, it's not always just me in a little box. I can do a lot more with it. Green screen is a little bit different. Again, I gave an example of a lesson that was taught using a green screen, and it was one I've followed for a while. She's incredibly innovative when it comes to lesson plans using a green screen. And this one happens to be with small children. And she uses it to where it appears she's feeding a bear different types of food. And it's just absolutely amazing. But that's the end of the little video I attached. If you watch the beginning, she shows you how to set up a green screen in your house with just pieces of paper, green paper, and how to make some of these little tricks of the trade. So these are also some things that would be good in our ed tech class to teach our students, that they can do this as instructors. So hopefully we'll get that worked into the ed tech class as well, making videos and things like that. Another reason to do it is if you're doing a video that has some imagery with it. So maybe the content is how smells and sounds affect our emotions. Then you can have a green screen to where you're talking on one side and then you have pictures that are relevant to your discussion coming up over the green screen as you go. So just some different ways to approach lectures. So again, you're creative, it's innovative for you and your students, and it's just a good practice of trying some new things. So hopefully when that comes in over the summer, I'll be having some trainings, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But the other technology news is that the School of Liberal Arts is going to be purchasing Articulate. And so our Articulate licenses are going to be kind of enveloped under them. Nothing will change for us, Claire especially, who's using it right now. But they're buying 14 licenses, and they're going to be basically sharing them throughout the department or throughout the School of Liberal Arts. So one less thing that my department is paying for. So we had some of the extra money went towards some of these tech purchases other than even the light board and the green screen. So good news all the way around. We did figure out that I'm going to host some voluntary meetings in the over the summer, once a month. Trying to decide on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, because Mondays and Fridays are bad and Thursdays is almost Friday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays sound like a good time to just meet if anybody is interested in what's going on. If no one shows up, then I won't meet. So I'm good with that too. Basically, what I'm planning on doing for the summer is a lot of training on the technology that we're getting, and not just how to use the technology, but how to brainstorm ideas for putting it in your curriculum. So I'm new to some of this stuff as well, especially the light board. But I thought if we, whether we do it via virtual or whether we have in-person sessions, which it sounds like we'll be able to have now, and maybe a little bit of both, I thought then we could do training and brainstorming, such as, in Chris's class, how could we use this? And then more ideas seem to come from when we do brainstorming sessions. So that's the idea. Some of the trainings I'm working on for this summer would be the Blackboard Ultra switchover, green screen training and video editing, the light board training, iPads in the classroom. So again, we think about iPads, everybody's used them, but how do you use them in the classroom? Not just to look up things, but what apps and things can we find that we could load onto, we could preload for the semester onto the iPads. We have 30 of them. If you have in-person students, then how can we use those apps to our advantage? So we're actually taking advantage of them. And then with the idea that I didn't have to purchase the Articulate any longer, I was able to buy a Cricut machine.
Oh my gosh, I have to interrupt because I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
I love my Cricut. I use it for everything.
Yes. So I figured a few of you would be very excited about the Cricut, and I got the nice big one. The one that does a little bit of everything, and I got all the little accessories that went with it, including the fact that we could make, if you're doing in-person training, or even if you're not, we can figure out how to make it happen. We can do a way to make t-shirts, for example, or something to put on t-shirts. So that might be something that we, again, work into a class, or maybe students have kids do a design and then we put their design on a t-shirt. So again, lots of ways that we could use this, but it's kind of a new thing. And I know we have the Elliston deal there, but even Penta has a Cricut now. And so I figured, you know what, this is a good investment for us. It takes up a lot less room. And you can download things from the internet to go on your Cricut. So anyways, I'm very excited about that. That's coming in. So we could do some Cricut training, and that might not be me. So I don't know, I have to figure out how to use it. And then using the laminator. So I think sometimes people don't use some of the equipment we have because they don't know how to use it. And so that's something that we can do. Along with that, we have the poster printer that's coming in. So that could be some training on not only physically printing a poster, but how can you integrate things like infographics into your classroom instead of maybe a paper all the time, or maybe a discussion board. Perhaps it's an infographic. And that could be something, if you're in person, you could have them print and they can take it and we can display it in Founders Hall. Or there's a new thing called, or not necessarily new, but it's called Glogster. And it's an online product where you can do interactive online posters. So it's kind of like an online infographic that you can click and you can upload your media and things like that to it and make it a personal poster. So that's another kind of way that we can start thinking about our curriculum and how we can maybe put some new things in there to, again, give some options for how we approach some of our classes. Emerging technology training, to me, that's some more cutting edge things like augmented reality, virtual reality, those kind of things. Laminator training, I guess I had that in there twice. And then learning to use Articulate. If you want to start moving a class over, even in the summer when a lot of us have more time, if you want to start using that software, then we would teach you how to use it. Depending on the equipment and the technology, some of the trainings would be in person, some might be virtual, and some might be self-paced. So that's my goal. It's going to be a very busy summer, but we probably will go summer and fall with some of this. So, you know, that way people can take it at their own time and we can start integrating it through as a regular ongoing thing, the training on the different systems and the brainstorming, which I think is the more fun piece to the whole thing. And then the only other thing I have is really our last official departmental meeting is going to be in 2 weeks, the 27th. And all I really want to do there is just make sure everybody is, you know, finalize their grades, kind of do a semester debrief. You know, how did it go? Things that we learned. Some of us taught synchronously for the first time. So how did that go? What can we do differently? What was the response to the synchronous training? Do we want to continue doing synchronous as an option? So those are some of the things that we're looking at. There's also a push in the department, mainly right now in the electives, to see about doing, apparently students are asking for 8-week course options. So they can do 2 electives in a semester, for example, maybe 2 sociology classes that are back to back can be in one semester, 8-week, and do a more accelerated type degree. So having some of this discussion as to looking at our curriculum, is there anything we can do in some of our curriculum to go back to back? And this might be more for our certificates and things like that. So 8-week type course options are starting to become a thing. So just a heads up that that's kind of where we're headed. But any questions, comments, thoughts, wants, needs?
Yeah, hi, Michelle. This is Pam. I wondered if there was any update on the NAEYC accreditation visit or what's happening with all that.
Oh, good question. I wasn't sure anybody would want to know about that. I'm trying to forget about it now. No, I'm just teasing. Yeah, so our our study was submitted and we got a thing back where they just had to clarify. I think there were two small things. So we just have to resubmit a couple, we have to resubmit it with a couple changes on it, but otherwise it's complete. The site visit will be, our options are mid-October to November or early September. So that's our options. And right now it's out to NACI to find the team and see which of those dates we can work with. So it's going fine. They had a couple weird issues they wanted us to change. The one that I thought was really odd was on our student instructions for our key assessments. They said that we clustered our NACI, our NACI standards together. Such as part 1, the interview was NACI standards 1A, 2B, 3C, but they only mentioned a couple of them, a couple of the assessments when the other assessments were exactly the same way. So it was very odd, and I'm not sure they read it correctly. So that was a weird thing to send a thing back for, to send a study back for. So that was odd. But other than that, there was just one other thing where we didn't have a student set of instructions. We had the mentor instructions, but no student instructions. And that was because we didn't have any student instructions for that particular assessment. So we're creating those. Other than that, it's all ready to go. So that's where we're at.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Are you going to opt for September and just get it over with, or are you going to?
I don't know, because we also have the EC3 forum October 1st. So, and we host it. So when I say we, I mean me. So I host it. And if it's early September, I would be more for it. But if it's towards the end of September, I'm just not sure. So we put it out there. I think we put it everywhere. We left the week of and the week before the forum open.
Okay, great. Well, just keep us posted. Thanks for the update.
Absolutely, absolutely. So anybody comments or questions? Anybody else excited about the technology except me? I'm very, very excited.
I'm excited. As you can tell, I'm excited about the Cricut, just because it's so versatile, it does so many different things.
Yeah.
I'm actually was even thinking about getting one for my office because it can do so many different things and decor and signs, and I think it'd be great for elementary ed.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, we got the little heat press thing that goes with it, and there was 2 other things that tools sets that we got to go with it. So I think it's the Cricut Maker.
Yeah,
Maker.
that's the one I have. So I have, well, I'm a little obsessed with it. So I have all the different blades, but it cuts wood, it cuts metal, it can engrave. I mean, I've made bracelets. I've carved out wood, like things that I can't draw myself, like a scenery. It'll cut it right out of the wood.
That's crazy.
Like, so I do a lot of like house decor stuff. I've built things. I made a wooden puzzle for my nephew.
Oh, really?
So
that's
yeah,
pretty
I mean,
neat.
it's stuff that you could never cut with scissors.
Yeah.
So it looks really cool.
Yeah, I kept thinking, so a friend of mine did, who he just graduated his PhD, but he's just an amazing young person. He just did, he works with geriatrics, so geriatric training, and he just did this very cool project where he had his students interview people at nursing homes and then write their stories. And all I kept thinking of, it would be so cool for like kids, students, younger kids to write their story in a picture and then put it on a t-shirt or a poster or something using that. I just could see that would be so incredibly cool. And they would just freak out.
I think what would be neat for them is they have this picture in their head of what they want things to look like, but they don't have the artistic skills. Maybe they'll never have the artistic skills, but like a 5-year-old can't draw what they're thinking in their head, but in the software that comes with the Cricut, they can. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like they can produce this work of art that they never could have done by hand. I think they'd be really proud of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things like that that I would love to think, like I said, brainstorm some curriculum ideas, and also some things for our department, because you can't go buy a, teacher ed t-shirt, for example, but in ed tech, I could have them design something and they could make it themselves. So I really, my next kind of thing after some of this dies down is really to develop some camaraderie amongst our students and pride in our program. So that would be like our interpreter program and some of these others that maybe we can do some things that drum up pride. Like we really should be honoring Teacher Appreciation Day. And some of those, I'm sure there's deaf culture, days that we should be honoring and doing some things for. So I'm hoping that maybe we can start to move towards some of that kind of camaraderie for the department and our students in our department, because we want them to be proud that they're not only at Owens, we want them to be proud that they're here in the teacher ed department. So I kind of long-term are thinking that the poster printer and some of these other things can really be a great way to show some pride and have some artifacts that we can show off to people other than just your instructor. So a little bit of why I want to do some of that stuff. And, I'm also sharing this with other departments because I always found it odd that at almost every institution that I know of, the teacher ed department does not work with teachers or even the faculty, like the CCE area or any of that. It's like, our job is to train teachers, but for some reason we don't interact with our own faculty across campus. So working on a partnership with the faculty training center here to, work on some of these skills and some of these trainings. So not just the technology, but the actual pedagogy behind it. But that's all I have. I'm excited. I've been working on my own course for the summer, and all I can think of is I really wish I had some of these tools right now. It's just me doing these videos. But so other than that, how's everybody else's stuff going? Anybody, how's their classes going? Everybody good? So, all right, well, I won't keep everybody. If you have any questions or there's anything that you need to finish up the semester, let me know. I'm here. We're going to be back full time in the office June 1st. So I'll be around.
Thanks, Michelle. I hope everything goes well for you in the next week or so.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so.
Always something comes up, doesn't it?
pray that I can get my modules all done before my course starts. That's my big thing. So get them all set up. But again, Carol, glad to have you back, and we'll see everybody later.
Thanks. Good luck, everyone.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.